Okay, so let me continue. To potentially identify bad guys who've been following me around, like I say, I've gone routes to places I want to go that no one in their right mind would take. They're out of the way routes, right? And if a car is following me down these routes, it's clearly following me because nobody would do this. So for the future, I was thinking, if I ever get to the point where I can go after these bad guys, I can get to somebody, hopefully, who can give me the data I need. I don't know, traffic data, where you might even be able to find my car in that data by the bizarre routes to places I've been going. The out of the way routes I've gone to get to places. And like I say, that's one thing I've done. I've gone bizarre ways to get places that no one would take. They just wouldn't. Secondly, I've been flashing my brake lights everywhere, repeatedly, to identify my car. And, I was hoping that in the future I might be able to find cars around my car that clearly shouldn't have been. Okay, now, I was saying yesterday that another very disturbing harassment for somebody who's been male raped like me and when my whole life has been wrecked by this. I have these cars that they're following me, okay? Okay, this is car in sign language, these two hands here. And what the car does is it's following me for a while like this, and then it starts doing this. It comes up like this, goes back. It comes up like this, it goes back. It comes up like this, goes back. It's doing that for a while like that. And then the car decides, okay, here's an exit coming up. So then it goes like that off the exit, okay? And what I'm saying that is he got off on me. They got off on me like that. It's a very disturbing type harassment to somebody who's been male raped. I'm not gay and I don't like this kind of thing. Okay, so you may be able to find that on traffic pattern data, especially since even on highways I'm flashing my brake lights all the time. When I'm driving on the highway as well, if I got a brake, I'm like this. Okay, so you're going to see those flashing brake lights like that. And writing an if-then clause in a computer program, you might be able to find my car all over the place this way. And you might be able to identify cars doing that kind of thing, this bizarre, disturbing harassment here, and other cars following me. They shouldn't be. And if you investigated who was in those cars, you identify the cars first, you might be able to find out that there are connections of one kind or another among all those folks in those different cars, and then you would get a better idea who this bad guy group is. Just who are they? I've been saying they're secret police of the United States, but I don't know. I'm scared to say that they might be some other type people. Now, I have read that novel about the guy who becomes a businessman, I think, in New York City, and gets his job, and he finds out that he's apparently working for a company that's involved with Italian organized crime. I forget the guy's name. I did read that novel. However, I do not believe that Italian organized crime or organized crime of any kind has anything to do with all these harassments of me. And the reason I say that is I'm no specialist on organized crime, but from what little reading I've done in this area, because I was trying to be a writer myself, so I was seeing that the entire American landscape of readers was interested in this type of thing, organized crime, and there were all kinds of movies like The Godfather and everything, and television shows, and so I was wondering, if I'm going to get published, because I wasn't getting published with stuff I was writing. I might have to write about this kind of thing, so I looked into it somewhat. And my conclusion is that Italian organized crime is basically a neighborhood-type organization which funds itself through, I guess, international crime like drug smuggling and the rest of it. Okay, but I'd say from what I can see, this is like a civic organization for Italians to help protect them in a society that's been prejudicial against them. And that's basically all they are. They play very rough, and believe me, I wouldn't want to I don't want to criticize them because I got enough enemies as it is. I got enough people giving me hard times. I don't want to add to it, but I don't think, in my opinion, from what I've read and learned about these kind of people, they haven't had anything to do with what's been going on with me. So my chief suspect, due to the number of people involved, is American secret police. Now, I say to myself at times, this could be like a kind of lynch mob type thing on me, where it's not just the American secret police, it's what you might call the intelligence community. And the intelligence community is going to be what? It's going to be the American secret police, and secret organizations like the Knights of Columbus might join in. I'm not saying they are. Okay, I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying there's so many people involved in this, and there are all kinds, so there's women, there's teens. It's just incredible what I've been seeing. So I have this lynch mob idea that it's not just American secret police, but I'm saying at the base of this whole thing, I gotta say it, when you get down to who's pulling the strings of this entire mess that's wrecked my life and tried to kill me more than once, we're talking about the United States of America. I'm saying, I gotta say 100%. Now, I know very well how good a job these folks have done at making people who talk this way sound ridiculous. They say, the government's after you, the government. Well, yeah, they've done a great job with this you're crazy approach to their enemies, okay? You're crazy, huh? Well, I'm certified. I'm certified crazy, yeah. Yeah, I'm crazy. They certified me. And, well, let's submit that certification to the judgment of people around the world and see what they say about it. Let's submit the facts to them and let's get another opinion. Okay, so the government. There's 3 branches of government in the United States. Okay. So, I'm not saying the government. I'm saying the secret police of the United States are behind a lifelong attempt to discredit and destroy me as a potential witness against them in the crimes they've committed. So, I'm gonna get people to help me gather traffic data and go after the secret police of the United States. Yeah, good luck with that. I'm not going to do anything of the kind. But I got freedom of thought, right? So I'm saying, as an old man who's been in this my entire life, that is my conclusion after being in this mess all my entire life. And it's been, I gotta say, it's been awful. It's been awful down to this present minute. So those are my thoughts this morning now. I'm not gonna say more. That's as far as I can go with this at the present time. Once again, today is Tuesday, the 19th of May, 2026. And it's 10:22 a.m. Okay, Bashusi, hi. Just want to let you know I'm ready to leave clothes on my back at all times. Okay? Here I have my glasses. In this case I made way back in the 1980s. I have my passport here. And also here I have the teeth of America's Man of the Year to prove what I'm saying about myself not being his biological son. Here I have documents identifying me, very important documents for me, my wife, and our son. I'm ready to go at all times. This is my basic clothes on my back, leave the United States preparation drill, if you will. Okay, here's the notebook with the important documents in it. I even have a copy here of my wife's citizenship document. I had a copy made because, you know, if you lose that original citizenship document to the United States, it's very hard to get another one, I hear. So in case that happened, way back when I was getting our documents for Italian citizenship, I got a certified copy of her citizenship in the United States. So not only do we have the original, but we got a copy that's certified. And here are our name of change documents where we changed our name. And this has an apostille in it. Which one is this? This is my wife's change of name. I got it in here, her document with her American citizen document, because the American citizenship document was in her name that she had at the time, Miele. I also have here this thing I made for my family about my great-great-grandfather who was in Krekel's cavalry during the Civil War and then worked at the armory in St. Louis. After, I guess, you gotta say he was wounded by the fall he took in the skirmish at Bob's Creek that caused him to become deaf later. That's being wounded. I didn't get a Purple Heart for that, but he was wounded by that fall. Okay, now, and God knows how he got that fall. We don't know anything about that, right? We're assuming that it just fell. Maybe it was some kind of dramatic type thing. We're never gonna know. Okay, here's a picture painted by my wife of my Italian grandfather, who I believe was my biological father. This is outstanding watercolor portrait of this man. It's extremely hard to do a portrait in watercolors, and my wife got him absolutely to life from a photograph. It's incredible. My wife is a great artist. No question to that. No question. Okay, so I got all kinds of documents in here. my Italian grandfather's immigration documents, my name change document, my wife's name change document, certified copy of my birth certificate, the long form that the Italians apparently wanted, my marriage license, my retirement certificate, my father's amended birth certificate that I had to go to court for. And it was a bizarre experience to try to get representation to do that. Oh my God. Anyway, it cost around $4,000. I had to go to court in Washington County, PA, and I got his name changed to his correct name and my grandfather's name changed to his correct name legally. So everybody in any connection to that name is going to benefit from that, not just me. Okay, here are copies of the absolutely fraudulent hearing held to determine that I'm a certified schizophrenic. It's just absolutely a fraud from start to finish, man. But it wrecked my life here in the United States. Okay, here is my wife's and my codice fiscale from Italy that we got when we were over there. A man helped us who ended up cheating us right and left. But he did help us get that. Apparently it's an important document in Italy, like a social security number apparently. And we got ours, but we got cheated out of citizenship. Oh man, did we get cheated. Okay, here's a copy of my academic credentials, certified. My BA in English and my master's degree in American literature. Okay. My wife was so worried about what she was seeing online all the time, about family members putting their name as the owner of our house online. This was absolutely absurd, but it was worrying my deaf wife. She figured she might get cheated out of this house if I passed away, and she's left alone to the cheats that were siblings of mine. Okay, so we went and had the deed on our house changed into our changed name. We did that. All right, here's a certificate saying that I hatafat dam Brit when I was converting to Judaism. I had that done in Colorado. Here's my certificate of membership to the Sinagoga Nertami del Sud di Rabbi Barbara in Italia. Here's a couple of letters turning down citizenship for me and my son from the Italian embassy, where they said in the letter that apparently all that we needed was my grandfather's Italian birth certificate to complete our application, right? Well, we went and got that. And then they said there was something else. According to the rules that I followed up until the time I submitted our application on my birthday in 2017, we had everything necessary for citizenship except that birth certificate. However, we had my grandfather's military registration document in Italy, which is drawn from one place, the Italian birth certificate, and the embassy did not accept that as proof of my grandfather's birth in Italy. Now, two authorities told me that they cheated me by doing that. One was Ancestry. Most of us know it as Ancestry.com. A professional, more than one there, said, this is not right what they did there. And a guy I knew growing up who became an ambassador to Austria, he told me that he had cases like this all the time, and he said to me, they treated you unfairly. In his opinion, as a former United States ambassador, Okay, there's two opinions on that. We got cheated out of Italian citizenship because everywhere we go in the United States, we're getting cheated. And I don't trust a soul here, not one soul, and I want me and my family out, which is why I'm showing you, Bashuasi. I got these documents ready to go here as my clothes on my back departure kit. And I'm ready to go, okay? I may go first and send for my wife and son later, the way Cubans getting out of Cuba did, and others have done getting out of Europe after World War II. And I've been carrying these documents with me now probably for a few years, every time I go out, with the idea that I might be able to leave the United States clothes on my back. Well, that's all from me for now. Today is, let me check the date. It's 19th of May, 2026, a Tuesday. And it's 11:24 a.m. Bye for now.